Excuse me. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Jay, and this is Football Talking. And this one, your boy will be reacting to. EA just made a massive update to Madden 20. Yeah, so yes, I did react to a previous video where they were talked about that a big update coming here soon, and we finally have it, guys. Cannot wait to see what this update has in it. Maybe probably new gear. The players is gonna be a major talking point for sure. Scans that didn't have they face scans in the game. Who knows? Without further ado, though, into this.
The biggest update of Madden 25 is officially here. So much stuff changed in this update, and we have a lot to go over. We've got gameplay fixes, we've got stuff for franchise mode, we've got new X Factor and Superstar players, new equipment, new face scans. We even got a new animation added to the game. And if you're new to the channel,
oh shit, we got a new animation added to the game.
Make sure to subscribe and turn the bell icon on because we get updates for the game every single month. Now, the first thing that EA goes over in this update actually was kind of surprising to me because I thought this is something that would probably be added to the game, but I thought it'd be added next year and like put in a trailer or something. But they actually added Saquon Barkley's reverse hurdle.
Oh, no way.
Probably one of the better highlight plays of the season just because it's not something we typically
This was incredible.
Immediately said, oh, this will be in Madden next year. They're going to put it in the trailer. And that's what I thought they would do too.
I definitely thought that.
They've done it with the Patrick Mahomes throw. They've done it with
facts.
They've done it with a lot of other one-handed catches and stuff like that this past year. But they actually put this in an update, which I think is kind of cool that they didn't wait till next year to put this in the game. They went out, they motion captured it, and they put it in the game. Now, it says here to trigger the reverse hurdle, the ball carrier must be Saquon Barkley, so you can't do this with anybody else, and the defender must be incoming from a 45-degree angle in front of the ball carrier. The defender must be within a close proximity to the ball carrier, and the user must press the hurdle button with the right timing. So definitely sounds like something that's not.
Let's gonna pause it right here for a quick second. I love that it's only Saquon. So it won't be like, oh, I got this running back. Oh, I got this running back ain't nobody heard of, and he's just going to do the Saquon hurdle. No, it's only Saquon, and I like what they put, like, how you do it, and, like, it's got to be right timing. I love that right there. I did not think it was going to come in this update. Like he said, I thought it was going to be in trailer next year. I was probably going to be forgetting about it and then see it again. Like, what the? He did that? Yeah.
Not going to be super easy to trigger. I went into a game for a few minutes and tried to do it over and over. I couldn't get it to trigger just yet, so it's probably going to be similar to the Mahomes throw where it's not going to be super easy to trigger because it would kind of just be unrealistic if you saw this.
I don't think I've ever seen somebody do the Mahomes throw in Madden.
Where you will see this happen, which would be pretty cool.
I'm sure there's videos out there.
Stuff here. It says they addressed an issue where users were able to create illegal formations by motioning the tight end after an audible. It says this tactic was most effective when having the offense audible into formations like trips tight end or bunch tight end. Users could motion the tight end over to the same side as the trips receivers and create offensive overloads. The formations created were not legal formations, and this functionality has been removed. So I did see people messing around with that, but they took that out pretty quickly. It also says they fixed the QB walking through the center on QB kneel plays. The QB now is in the correct position to start the walk into the correct position behind the center. That was a bug that I did see happen quite often, so that's been resolved. They also fixed the defensive end lining up in the same spot as the defensive tackle in the 4-3 over solid formation. They addressed an issue where no power kicks would land at spots in front of the landing zone that were difficult for the kicking team to recover. This has been a change made to kick power and ball placement, so no power kicks will now fall short of the landing zone. There will need to be at least 25 power on the ball to make it into the landing zone. They also fixed an issue with the outside deep fourth defenders biting down on return routes instead of staying deep, so a little bit more help there for zone coverage. Those deep thirds and deep fourths, this year have been not the best. They also fixed an issue where deep zone defenders would not keep depth when they had no receiving threat in their zone and would allow post routes from the other side of the formation to get behind them, so it does look like they finally got that addressed. addressed, which is good. They fixed an issue where deep third defenders and prevent defense were not all staying deeper than the deepest across the field. So a lot of just work done with zones here to make them play further back or just make them more responsive, which is always good. They fixed an issue where the
Definitely always good.
safety would have the slot receiver unguarded, going vertical in the empty bunch verticals play. They fixed an issue where the inside deep fourth safety allowed the slot receiver in bunch formations on a streak to run past him for a touchdown. So again, more work done with deep zones. They made alignment improvements to cover 4 quarters, palms, and cover 6 where the outside deep fourth, quarter flat, and the 3 rec hook triangle.
This is not really my cup of tea, but I'm sure a lot of people are excited for these changes.
Different match coverages that are going to help against like those bunch formations, so that's good. Defense definitely needs buffs in those areas. They also fixed alignment issues where defenders were lining up in the wrong position in the nickel 3-3 odd pinch 0, allowing the middle slot receiver to be left unguarded in empty sets. Now, it wasn't mentioned here, but there seemed to also be patches to some of the other popular defenses, some of the contain blitzes people had been doing. They also patched the dime 3-2 cover 6 Willie. Now again, just like last update, they did patch some of the popular defenses, but one of the best ones in the game, in my opinion, or a couple of the best ones in the game, are still not patched, and one of them I recently posted on my Patreon. Link is up on the screen. I do offer free trial, so you can check it out at no cost to you. The other defense that wasn't patched,
I'm not a defensive guy, so not really sure what he's talking about here.
They might last for a while because they haven't touched them yet, and I think those are going to be the ones that most people are going to gravitate towards. Now, really quickly, before we continue with the rest of the updates, I do want to mention that we are still sponsored by Underdog. They've been a huge supporter of the channel, and if you like sports and
Shout out to Underdog.
you can't beat that. Now let's move on to the new X Factor and Superstar players.
Ooh, we got new X Factors.
About the midway point of the year, so here we are. We've got a bunch of new X Factors and Superstar players who have new abilities, and we also have players that have been demoted. So first up is CJ Stroud. He is now officially an X Factor player. You can see he has the Dots X Factor.
Well deserved. Love to see it.
There, like Inside Deadeye, Fearless, and Lofting Deadeye. His teammate Nico Collins also got upgraded.
Bruh, Collins
to X Factor. He's got the
is like one of the best wide receivers in the game right now.
He's got Outside Apprentice, Mid in Elite, and Deep in Elite. Aiden Hutchinson is another new X Factor. He is injured for the year now.
Man, I miss my boy. Damn.
Naturally, he's going to get the Unstoppable Force X Factor, which makes sense for him. Quentin Williams is also now officially an X Factor. I thought he was already one, but
wait, what?
It's kind of weird because he's really good. But he's now officially an X Factor. And
I'm surprised he just became an X Factor.
Ability. And the last new X Factor is Antoine Winfield Jr., one of the better safeties.
Yes, sir.
X Factor along with the tip drill and
Mr. Lockdown, yeah, that's him.
We've got rookie Malik Neighbors. He's got the mid out and mid in. So he's gonna get some better.
Malik Neighbors, man. It was between him and Jalen Daniels for the rookie of the year. Because these two rookies, I mean, they was exceptional. Of course, you know, at LSU, they was like peanut butter and jelly. You know what I mean? So when does Neighbors come back? He comes back, right? I don't know. I gotta see.
Better route running and catching on those.
He was so excited to watch.
Baker Mayfield, who's just been tearing it up these past couple of years. He's got
Baker been
hooking and Inside Deadeye. Alvin Kamara is now officially back to being a superstar after having a really good year so far. He's got Jukebox and Backfield Master, two of the better abilities for a running back. We've got another rookie, Jaden Daniels, of course.
My boy, yes sir.
Kind of make some noise now as well.
Yeah, but Jaden Daniels though.
Sideline Deadeye, not really.
The numbers he's putting up is
he's gonna have some good accuracy
crazy
on the run and stuff like that, but I'd like to see him get some different stuff than this. Up next is Xavier McKinney, who's been doing really well since going over to the Packers.
I've definitely heard that name.
And mid-zone KO. Another Saint, Chris Olave, who probably isn't gonna play anymore this year.
Sir.
But he's now officially a superstar with the mid-end.
Oh, that's right. He did have the concussions.
I believe is how you say his name for the Ravens. Now officially a superstar.
He's definitely a beast.
Inside stuff
on that front line
versus the run, and I mean the Ravens just have a ton of players that have abilities at this point. Jalen Johnson for the Bears is
Justin Tucker still got ability. Y'all seen his kicking?
L'Jarius Sneed for the Titans. I'm surprised he wasn't already a superstar because I feel like he was playing better last year.
That's where he went to. He went to the Titans
already, but he's now a superstar with Pick Artist and Acrobat, which are really good, and Flat Zone KO. Christian Darrisaw is also a superstar, but I think they kind of messed up here with his abilities. I don't know if they just put the wrong abilities here because these are defensive linemen abilities. So I think they just probably put the wrong abilities there by accident. So I'm not exactly sure.
More than likely an
For the
accident.
Chiefs, another offensive lineman. He has post up and nasty streak.
One of the best at his positions.
The Steelers has deflator and edge threat. So now him combined with Cam Hayward and TJ Watt, I mean, that's going to be a really tough line to go against.
That's a crazy lineup right there.
Also a superstar with short route KO and acrobat. The Niners, another team that just has a ton of people with abilities, just insane. Rashawn Slater of the Chargers has secure protector and all day. Actually surprised he wasn't already a superstar because he probably should have been.
I did not know
another offensive lineman for the Chiefs
that the Chargers had that good a defense in real life. Like I did not know like they was like top like the number one or something like that.
Healthy and all that stuff. He's got out my way, outmatched, and secure tackler. Jordan Mailata of the Eagles has all day and edge protector. Another guy that I'm kind of surprised wasn't already a superstar. Another Chief, Trent McDuffie with deep route KO and inside shade, two very good abilities.
Duffy's one of the best corners.
He has the Zen kicker ability, so he's going to have the slow kick meter for.
There is no more Justin Tucker automatic. This dude, Brandon, however you say his last name, is Mr. Automatic. He took away that title from Justin Tucker. This dude right here, you better hope the game don't come online. I mean, it's the Cowboys this year. They ain't gonna be in no important games anyway.
You guys here that got abilities on this update. Garrett Wilson definitely having his best year so far. He's got Slot Apprentice, which is one of the best abilities, Slot-O-Matic, and Mid and Elite. So if you put this guy in the
I've always liked Garrett Wilson.
And he's going to get
even coming out of the draft.
And lastly here, Tariq Woolen. He's got Acrobat.
My boy. He's definitely one of the most underrated corners in my opinion.
Players who got demoted: Tre'Davious White, Jalen Hurts, Darius Slay, Mark Andrews, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Jordan Poyer, Trevor Lawrence, Zadarius Smith, DeAndre Swift, Kyron Williams, Raheem Mostert, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Jacobs, Tyron Smith, Chase Young, Stephon Gilmore, and Austin Eckler. All those guys have been demoted. X Factors, they're now superstars. If those guys were previously superstar players.
I haven't heard much of Chase Young either this year.
I mean, Kyron Williams isn't having an awful year. I mean, he's been all right. I thought that Josh Jacobs has been pretty solid this year, so not sure why he got demoted. And Jalen Hurts, I think, has kind of picked it up lately, but this update was probably put in, a month ago.
Yeah, I was about to say,
so he'll probably
more than likely
X Factor back pretty soon. Now let's move on to franchise mode. They did fix a few things here, which you could see up on the screen. They addressed a crash when users are creating a new offline league using the active roster entry point. They fixed an issue where the hub timeline doesn't display final scores during the playoffs. They resolved the mismatches between player traits on the player card and edit player screen. They corrected the commentary errors and presentation errors when using a team builder team that referred to an incorrect Bears versus Bears matchup. And they addressed franchise settings issues with the draft timer and adjusting depth charts when both settings were turned to off/manual. For superstar mode, they fixed an issue where the creative player would not be present in some plays, and they updated the default difficulty settings. All right, now let's look at the new face scans that were added.
I knew it. Didn't I call it an intro? Face scans.
So good to see the Steelers get some love. Still no Najee or Pickens. Not sure what's going on with those guys, but we do have Jalen.
Damn, I didn't know Najee or Pickens wasn't in it.
Ferguson, the tight end for the Cowboys, so he is now in the game as well.
He's a pretty solid tight end.
Notable players on their offense at this point. Next up, we've got Charvarius Ward. Now, he's been in the league for a few years, so nice to see him finally get in the game, one of the better cornerbacks. And notice,
those tattoos look so clean, but the overall face scans, this is one of the better face scans.
Another new player who has his tattoo, so we're starting to see this a little more often. At least
I like it.
Tats or things like that, you can see that they're kind of starting to get a lot more of these players' tats in the game, which is nice because that is true player likeness. And as you can see, Charvarius Ward has his. Up next, we've got Ramondre Stevenson.
Oh, my boy Stevenson!
Game here looking.
Let's go, baby.
Next up is Tyson Campbell, the cornerback of the Jags. I thought he already.
I'm not really
apparently he did.
Sure about him.
Now has his in the game. You can see even has.
I gotta see him in real life. I don't.
On point. Oh, the little facial hair.
Looks nice though. I ain't gonna lie. Look clean.
All those things come through accurate with these scans. Another cornerback here from my Saints. We've got Paulson Adebo finally in the game, been in the league for a few years, got the hair on point as well. And something I like that they're starting to do now with a lot of the newer players they're adding, and they've adjusted some of the old ones as well, is like if you notice, even with their helmets on, you'll notice that they kind of have their actual hair hanging out the back instead of typically they would
Ah,
have
that
like
is a
their
nice
dreads that would hang out of the
detail.
helmet for everybody, but now they actually make it to where, for at least the newer ones now, where it's their
I like
actual
that
hair
more,
color
more,
instead of generic ones. So
more
I think that's just a nice
uniqueness.
touch because on field they just look more like themselves. Another cornerback here, we have Martin Emerson Jr. of the Browns. You can see
Definitely heard that name before, but
exactly
I don't know
his
what his
crest,
actual
and
face
you'll
looks
notice you
like.
can even see like his neck tats here in the back. You can maybe barely see it from
Nah,
here.
their attention
You
to
can see the
detail
one
is
right there
crazy.
on the side of his neck. So again, they're adding the tats, at least the
And
newer
hair
ones.
is one of the
I
most
think that's
like
pretty cool.
toughest
Kind of a
thing to
bit of a
get right
random
in
one
the
here.
game.
Vic Belore, he's been in the league like
Who?
12, 13 years. He's a 67 overall, kind of just like a special teams player, I believe. So, yeah, I mean, Commanders fans will probably appreciate this, but this is definitely, one of the more random ones because usually
He
we see
looked
a
like
lot
a
of like
coach,
newer
don't
players
he?
added, like rookies or guys that have been in the league for
Like
2 or 3 years.
he
But
looked
in
like
this
he could
case,
be a
we did
football
want to
coach
reward vets in game.
on
This
high
is one of
school
them. We also got a
Friday
slight
nights.
update here to Quinnen Williams, who is now again an X Factor player, but not a huge difference here. I mean, he didn't really change much from when he was a rookie, but that was his last scan. So they did do like a slight
Oh,
update here. You
okay.
can see just looks
I
a little
like
bit
it.
older now. It's a little bit clearer of a face scan because the tech has just gotten
I
better
can't remember exactly what it looked
a
like
couple
his
years
when
ago.
he was
We
a
also
rookie.
got an updated
Ooh, my boy
facial
T.
scan here. Now, I'm not sure if it's a
Yes,
completely
sir.
updated scan or if they just updated the hair because he did cut off his dreads this year. So I'm not 100% sure if the
Oh,
entire
that's right.
scan
He
is
did
new
have
or if they just kind of
dreads.
took the hair off and just put, the stocking cap
I
on
think they probably took the hair off. It
new.
looks
They
like
did
it.
also do this with Jamar Chase. They haven't done it with him yet. He also cut his hair at the beginning of the year, so hopefully they get that fixed with him soon. Moving on to equipment, we got a
Never
new
actually realized
helmet
that
added
one.
to the game. The Zenith Orbit helmet finally in the game, worn by certain players in the league.
Nah.
AK wears it, I believe. Myles Garrett, some
Ooh,
other
this
guys.
look
So I just flipped it
nice.
onto Kamara here. And this is a pretty bad looking helmet. Bad meaning good. Like this is really cool. So they added
Nah, I ain't
the
gonna lie. I
Orbit
like
helmet
this.
along with some of the
It's
face masks and
futuristic.
the
It's like a
Rangers helmet. So
futuristic
that is a
type
little
of
bit of different.
helmet.
We always love to see new helmets and things like
A
that
lot
get added.
slimmer and
They
more
also
like
added
I
another
like
new
it.
helmet, the
More like
White
tight fit.
Gladiator. So I know the equipment guys are going to be really psyched for this because we don't get a lot of helmets that often. This year we did get a lot of new face masks finally, but seeing 2 new helmets get added is always very nice. So here's a look at that. They also got the different face masks that go with this as well. They also gave us some new cleats, the Nike Vapor Edge 360 Untouchable. So cleats is one of those areas, like in some cases,
I
they're a
like
little
that.
behind, I think, on some of them, like the Nike ones especially. Like some of the ones in here are a little bit outdated. So
I don't
I'm
really
not
have a
sure how
preference
up to
between
date
like the
these are on
Jordan,
here because I'm not like the
Nike, and
biggest
all of
Nike guy in
them.
the world, but
I just
always
like what
good
I
to see
like.
some new
But
options added. So we
those
have
are
this
clean.
now. We also got some new gloves, the Nike Vapor Knit
Ooh, this
4
mom right
gloves.
here,
So these are black,
gloves.
white, probably team color as well. So
I
here's a look
like
at
it,
that. We got a new
especially
Nike
with the white in the
ESET
inside.
glove here, as you can see.
Nah,
It's
the
really nice.
all
So
white
you're looking at
Nike
that in
ones,
white.
fire.
That's going to come in the different colors as well.
Well,
And then
some of
we
my
also got
favorite.
the Jordan Vapor Knit 4 glove as well. So Nike got the Vapor Knit 4, so did the
I
Jordan as
like the
well. And
Nike
that's going
ones
to
a
have
little bit
white,
better
black, and
though.
team colors as well. Now, on top of that, we also got a lot of new plays added to the game. Some of these were already in college and they brought them over
He was
here. Some
not
of these, I believe,
kidding
are new.
about
So
this was
Nickel
a
2-4
biggest update.
formation got a
Damn.
bunch of new plays added, which you could see on the screen, and the playbooks that these plays can be found in. You've got Edge Blitz 0, Edge Blitz 3, and so on. A lot of different types of blitzes and different coverages. You've got Cover 3 Buzz Mabel, so you can get more creative with those nickel formations. They also did an update to the nickel over as well, as you could see here, kind of a similar thing, certain edge blitzes and cover 3 Mabels. They added more stuff to the nickel 2-4, but they did add a decent amount to the nickel over as well. And they even made an update to the run and shoot playbook, which you can see on the screen. A lot of new plays are added there, which, I mean, we have to dive into some of these plays and see how good they are, but the names of them sound pretty interesting. We've got new stuff for the pistol
They
spread,
do.
the pistol trips open, the gun spread, the gun trip slot cross, and the regular gun trip. So these, probably some of these plays may be taken from college as well and brought over here to the run and shoot playbook. So pretty interesting to see.
Yeah, they
that
do.
stuff
Some of them
added.
got like a
So,
very
new
similar
update
name to
coming
like a
very
college
soon
player.
for College Ball 25. And if you want to know some
This one, hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. Love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.